Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're taking a look at Hamptonite Tech Consulting.
Yeah, an interesting one for sure.
They've been popping up more and more. We got a few tips to check them out, so we've got their website pulled up.
Right, their LinkedIn page, too.
And, of course, we always like to look at the founder as well. So what's catching your eye with this company?
Well, first off, they seem to be playing the experience card pretty hard.
Okay, like how so?
They're claiming 15 years of experience on their site. Makes them sound pretty established, right?
Yeah, 15 years is a decent track record, especially in tech. You'd think they've seen it all.
Except there's a little snag.
What's that?
Hamptonite was founded this year, 2024.
Ah, so there's a discrepancy right off the bat. Big experience claims, but brand new company. Is that just clever marketing?
Possibly. But I think the founder's profile might hold a clue.
Just in Hampton, right. Let's see. Eagle Scout, St. Petersburg college grad.
And look at his certifications. AWS, Google, Microsoft, Oracle. He has a cloud cert magnet.
And he's been collecting these for years. It's not like he just crammed them all in recently.
Exactly. This isn't some overnight thing. He's been in the cloud game for a while now.
So maybe those 15 years they boast about are more about Justin's experience than the company itself.
That's my hunch. And there's something else. Remember Hamptonite mentioned a Circle of Excellence award on their site?
Yeah, vaguely rings a bell.
Well, Justin received that back in 2021 from Tech Data.
Really? What for?
Exceeding his sales goals by over 200%. So even though Hamptonite's new, there's proof of success tied to Justin.
Okay, that makes more sense then. So he's essentially launching this company on the back of his own expertise, which, gotta say, is a pretty bold move in the consulting world.
Absolutely. But there's one thing that I find even more interesting.
What's that?
The company's LinkedIn page lists. Wait for it. 1 employee.
Oh, you're kidding? 1 employee. So it really is Justin running the whole show.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
A one-man operation tackling this whole cloud consulting game.
Makes you wonder, is that even sustainable? Can one person really deliver what a whole team normally would?
And they're not just offering basic IT help either.
Right. Their website goes on about optimizing business processes through tailored cloud vendor programs.
Lots of big promises. Increase profitability, reduce costs, driving innovation.
Okay, so how are they delivering on those? What exactly are these cloud vendor programs?
Think of them like service packages for the big cloud providers. AWS, Google, Microsoft. Each program has its own features, costs, perks, you name it.
So Hamptonite's job is to figure out which program or combo of programs is the best fit for a given business.
Exactly. They analyze your needs, your goals, and they tailor a solution specifically for you.
That's pretty compelling, especially for businesses who are, frankly, overwhelmed by all the cloud options out there.
And to their credit, Hamptonite pushes a vendor-agnostic approach.
Meaning they're not tied to any one cloud giant, so they're not pushing AWS just because. They're actually finding the best fit.
That's the idea, yeah.
Interesting. But they're not just sticking to one type of client either. They list public sector agencies, mid-sized enterprises.
Even cloud providers themselves. And tech startups. They're casting a wide net.
That shows some serious confidence in their adaptability. Like they believe their expertise can apply anywhere.
Right. And maybe they've spotted a gap in the market. Perhaps larger firms aren't as nimble or focused on these niches.
So let me recap. We've got a guy, super experienced, proven track record, going solo as a consultant, targeting a diverse client base, specializing in cloud solutions.
And raising a whole lot of questions about how he's pulling it off.
He's got to be attracting clients somehow. I'm guessing social media plays a role here, especially LinkedIn.
Or absolutely. And they're not just passively posting. They're active, engaged.
Yeah, they're constantly sharing updates, highlighting all sorts of cloud technologies and solutions, NVIDIA AI Workbench, Red Hat OpenShift on IBM Cloud.
They're breaking down complex topics like AI and machine learning in a way that's easy to grasp.
Right. And then there's Snapdragon X Elite, all that AI-powered performance stuff. They're demonstrating they're on top of the latest tech.
And subtly weaving in those calls to action. Contact Hamptonite for consultations.
They're making sure people know they're not just talking about this stuff, they're applying it. But there's this one post that really caught my eye, and it's a bit of a head-scratcher.
Which one?
Justin shared a news story about a location in downtown Tampa, hinting at a new office, maybe.
That is odd. Why would a one-person company need a big office?
Right. It's like he's blurring the lines between solo operation and a full-fledged firm.
Yeah.
So is this clever marketing or something more?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
To figure that out, I think we need to take a closer look at how Hamptonite actually delivers.
You mean how they apply these concepts in the real world? Like how do they tailor solutions using stuff like volume licensing?
Exactly. And how are they actually helping clients, especially those in the public sector? Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive deeper after a quick break.
Back in a flash.
Okay, so we've established that Justin's got the chops. He's built Hamptonite around his expertise. They're aiming for a diverse group of clients.
Right, and they're active on social media, but what are they actually offering that's unique?
Yeah, we keep coming back to this tailored cloud vendor programs thing. What does that even mean in practice?
Well, it's more than just understanding the different cloud providers like AWS, Google, or Microsoft.
Okay, so more than just saying you need AWS or Google's the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's about understanding the nuances of each program, how they fit specific needs. A business might need a certain kind of security or have a tight budget or want to scale up quickly.
Right, so Hamptonite's job is to figure out not just the right provider, but the right program within that provider, maybe even a mix of programs.
And that's where Justin's experience, not just with tech, but with sales and clients, comes in handy.
Yeah, he's going to understand the business side of things, too, not just the techie stuff.
Public sector clients especially, they have unique challenges, budgets, regulations, all that.
And that's where their volume licensing expertise comes in, right? What's the deal with that?
Volume licensing is basically buying software or cloud services in bulk to get a discount. Pretty common practice, but it can get complicated.
So Hamptonite could be helping clients navigate those contracts, making sure they're getting the best deal, like a procurement specialist, but for cloud stuff.
Makes sense, right? Especially for a public agency on a tight budget. Hamptonite helps them squeeze the most out of their cloud budget.
It all ties into their promise of increased profitability, reduced costs. It's not just tech advice, it's financial strategy, too.
Smart way to stand out in a crowded field. But let's circle back to their social media for a sec.
Yeah, I'm still impressed by how consistent they are. It's not just random posts, it's targeted, focused content.
They're using LinkedIn to establish themselves as thought leaders, showing they know the trends, the challenges.
Like their NVIDIA AI Workbench posts, it wasn't just, hey, cool tech. It was about how to use it, what problems it solves.
Same with Red Hat OpenShift on IBM Cloud. They address security concerns head-on, showing how it could help build secure applications.
They're anticipating questions, showing they understand the needs of their audience. Way better than just bragging about certification.
Right, and the Snapdragon X Elite post, that was interesting. It wasn't just specs. It was about the potential of AI for business. They get the bigger picture.
They're connecting the dots between tech and business outcomes. Clients love that.
So we've got this company, deep understanding of the cloud, specializing in tailored solutions, using volume licensing.
Targeting a specific audience and killing it on social media. They're ticking all the boxes.
But then there's that new office thing. Still scratching my head over that one.
Yeah, a one-man shop needing a bigger space. It just doesn't add up unless they're planning on growing fast.
Maybe they're staffing up, getting ready to take on more clients. Or maybe it's just about image. Look bigger, attract bigger clients.
It's a bold move either way. Shows they're thinking long-term, aiming for something bigger. Makes you wonder.
Is Hamptonite a sign of things to come in the consulting world? Are we moving away from those big generalist firms?
Towards smaller, more nimble, specialized players? Could be. The cloud landscape is complex. Clients need experts.
And maybe those experts are better found in focused companies like Hamptonite. Anyway, we've gone from a simple question about experience
to a deep dive into specialization, tailored solutions, smart marketing, heck, maybe even the future of consulting. But there's one last thing to consider, and it's something you might not expect.
What's that?
Justin's involvement with the Moose fraternity and the Boy Scouts seems totally unrelated.
But it might reveal something important about the values behind Hamptonite.
Let's unpack that next. So we've talked tech, we've talked business, but now, a little curveball. Meston Hampton, the man behind Hamptonite, he's involved with some interesting organizations.
Yeah, the Moose Fraternity and the Boy Scouts of America. Not exactly what you'd expect from a cloud consultant.
Right. At first glance, it seems completely unrelated. But could these affiliations actually tell us something about Hamptonite?
I think so. Both those organizations, they're all about community, service, leadership, values that resonate, especially in the public sector.
So it's not just about Justin's tech skills, it's about the values he brings to the table. It's a signal to potential clients.
Exactly. It builds trust. It says, this isn't just a tech guy. This is someone who cares about the community, about doing things right.
Especially important for public sector clients, many of whom are mission-driven organizations themselves.
They want a partner who understands their values, who's invested in their success, not just in making a quick buck.
It reinforces Hamptonite's message. It's not just about optimizing processes. It's about doing it ethically, sustainably, for the benefit of everyone.
It's a hidden layer of value. It's about trust, shared purpose, things you can't quantify in a spreadsheet.
You're right. Human values still matter, even in the cloud, especially for a company like Hamptonite, built on personal expertise and relationships. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we see Hamptonite is more than meets the eye.
It's not just about tech, it's about values. The personal touch, the desire to make a positive impact. It's refreshing to see, honestly.
It really is. To our listeners, when you're considering a company, any company, look beyond the surface. Don't just focus on the tech specs. Look at their values, their culture, what they stand for.
Those things matter. They can make all the difference. Here's something to think about. How can we apply that same thinking to our own work? How can we use our skills, our passions, to make a real difference? Not just for ourselves, but for our communities, for the world around us.
That's a great question to leave you with. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.